Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
If you're looking for a foreign education, if you want work abroad, if you're an NRI or if you're just a gangster on the run, On Course is the podcast for you. It'll teach you how to get your career in shape before you get yourself in shape. Check out new episodes on our IVM podcast apps. Happy listening, mother and fathers. Alright, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Yes, on Cyrus Says, at last we have two girls, for the price of one, if that's politically correct to say. Pavitra and Sonali, two rising comics on the comic scene, have forced their way in here to humiliate me. It's on Cyrus Says.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Here on Cyrus Says, I have a complaint. I always have a complaint, but this is a serious one. 2 weeks back on the streets of Colaba, which is a mixed population of people of all four sexes, I was pinched. I was pinched as in not robbed, but somebody pinched my posterior. I want to know who did it and why. I can't understand why. I know because girls have complained to me about being groped like this all over India, especially in Mumbai. And this is the first time I've actually gone through the same thing. Is it making me more effeminate, or am I going towards the ladies' side? I may be. I think I am. Hormones are changing. And secondly, what's wrong with India that you need to grope someone like me? What is wrong with you? It's called Cyrus Says.
And that's what Cyrus Says.
Yes, I'm here with two wonderful ladies who've got huge biodatas. Pavitra Shetty, old friend of mine, young girl though. Sonali, Thakker, 20 minutes late for the podcast, so we can't have a good relationship. Because
anybody listening is like, yeah, that's right. That sounds like
Because I'm the opposite. I'm the guy who's always on time. So, I have no friends. Me and my wife go to parties at 8 o'clock when they say 8 o'clock, and the hosts are having baths. Separately. Yeah, it's true.
That's just...
Pavitra, who you?
Well. You.
Oh, so we're a minority. We're a minority. We Germans, the Japs, and the old Mongolians. That's it. That's all we have. And you, Sonali Thakker?
I just don't take traffic into account. I just feel like I'm going to fly there. I'm going to be there on time.
If the call time is 9 o'clock, you're like, I'll leave at 9:01 because it'll happen.
Yeah, I just feel like the forces will come together and help me get on time. But
very hopeful bunch.
But in India, it's amazing. I'm working the television line now. In fact, I know your fathers because I'm that age. In fact, they're younger than me by a few years. In fact, occasionally I've tipped them in the old days because I'm that old. But, in the TV line and the line we're in, entertainment and all, most people are not on time.
That's true.
And in TV, I don't know if you've experienced this, but they actually come. I've seen producers who come and look at the sky for some time, for no reason. And then after 15 minutes of pondering, they say, Nashta ke liye kya hai? And it's like 9:30, by which time I've eaten twice. So I cry. I cry every night. Pavitra, I cry. Because I'm thinking what's going to happen tomorrow in terms of time.
I feel your pain.
And I live in 7 kilometers of pain. Between Malba Hill and bloody Oval Maidan. That's my life. And I still suffer.
Show off! But we need to start a group.
I live with my parents. My brother-in-law was ashamed. He asked my sister whether your brother's a failure. Is he one of those guys who couldn't get a job? Recession in India. Why is he? Because Americans, even those who are struggling, nobody lives with their parents. The world's biggest mass murderer had his own, Charlie Manson had his own place. So it doesn't make sense to them.
But in India, it's not that big
in
of a
India,
deal.
living with your parents, the conservatives will be very good boy and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Americans are like, what a failure. He must be Mexican. Who said that? Donald Trump? Girls, let's talk about you. By the way, I talk a lot, so you have to interrupt because you're comedians and you have to dominate the men.
Okay.
Enough of...
That's the only feedback I've got, from people who have been on your show. They're like, just manage to get 5 words in because...
That's so mean.
Yeah, because if I go and tell everyone I'm coming on Cyrus's podcast and they're like, we didn't hear you, where's the proof?
That's because of the engineer. He's sexist. Whenever they're girls, he just hates women.
He just beeps us out.
He just cuts your voice. And then he calls me back and makes me talk over you.
Poor guy.
When I ask you things, it's terrible because you ask such important things, about the person. Like, what is your name? And then I talk over it. Pavitra is her name. Pavitra Shetty. Sonali will go first.
Don't say it. No, I'll say it.
Since she's on time, she goes first.
Yeah, for sure.
So how do you prefer? Cross-questioning 1-1 or do we do 20 minutes of Pavitra? And
however you prefer.
You have a bath, come back. No, I'm kidding.
And put kajal. I forgot to put.
But aren't you upset about the whole biodata thing? I mean, I'm sure you haven't done this. Because
what?
I don't know. The biodata, is it Google or what? I'll have to check with our producer.
Yeah.
But my mother, for example, once we did an event and she sent the biodata. They said, can you send us something about because they couldn't get in touch with me. And she said, in the 3rd standard, he was in the Mikado play in school and got the first prize. It's so embarrassing. 15 lines up to the 4th standard.
I don't know what people are exactly
I didn't check.
expecting.
The anchor was reading it, a full hall in Delhi, and people are giggling away. How stupid! It's not Roger Federer. It's some idiot in school and then after that some steeplechase, and it was so embarrassing. But yours is not that bad. I've edited it as much as I can, and I've spat all over the mic, but that's fine. Pavitra completed her schooling from JML Mumbai. Abbreviation because the full name ain't worth sharing.
Yeah.
What an attitude! What's JML?
It's just
Jamnabai.
Jasudben, Manikla, Lalucha, and Experimental High
Why did you mention that? You didn't have to mention that. No. So, what is that? Is it ICSE school?
Yeah, it's ICSE. Because every time I say this, people are like, they assume that, that one of my best friends...
No, but assume it's CBSE. CBSE and ICSE are the same level, right?
No, CBSE is like thoda aage of us.
Okay.
Chalo de
It's
diya.
SSE which is below, right? So
Yeah, that is...
Okay, stop
both
it.
of-
Don't be a...
No, I'm
Classes.
ICSE.
That's what,
Yeah,
both of us are ICSE.
I'm also
Yeah.
ICSE. But that means if someone's listening to the podcast who's SSE, they've got to shut it because we are bigots?
Yeah. In this matter, I am.
So much for the women being the sane, secular ones, huh? You're just as bad as those others who appeared on the show, whose names I can't mention. And then you scored 90. Oh, this is not comedy
this
from
is
any
me
angle.
showing
90% in the 10th, and she's a comedian.
What do you say?
You're fallen in my eyes. How dare you?
I know,
How dare you
I
pollute
know.
the pot here?
I swear.
90% in the ICSE, which means you, at least in how many years back?
It's been fucking 11 years.
2005.
Yeah, 2005.
Wow. And then what happened? National college?
Yeah, and my parents and
Because
my
it's
brother.
close to home.
Yeah.
Someone with this kind of intelligence, that was the reasoning.
Yeah.
I'll go to national college, okay, whether it's good or bad.
They
but-
were like, it doesn't matter. It's only a place from where you have to give your exams
Yeah.
and practical. You
and
have
then
to
you'll
go for
marry a Shetty and
practicals.
your life is over. Right or no?
No attendance issue. So they were like, you can chill. So I was like, chilling.
Parents always wanted to go to a college which is right next to your house.
Yeah.
Like always.
Sonali, let's ask you the same question then. So where did you school?
My school was Bombay Scottish, Mahim.
Oh, rich.
Yeah.
Mahim, it's very important because there's another one in Powai. And
That's
those
much
are-
later.
Yeah.
Bombay
Different.
Scottish. Yeah. Okay, big shot. And then college?
Podar. R.A. Podar in Matunga.
Which was an IB or something.
No. That's a different one.
That's a school. Huh.
Yeah, this is in Matunga. It's
So it's not the
a
famous
college.
cricket Podar
Yeah,
college.
then it's got
there's
most
only
of
one.
cricketers.
Yeah, Thakker
from
and
it.
company. You've got
Correct.
illustrious names. Show some respect, including Farooq Engineer and my uncle Firoz, who's now not able to play cricket, but a lovely guy. So you went to Podar, you went to National, and
Yeah.
you didn't know each other.
No.
But we brought you here together for no reason whatsoever. Okay, now let's get to the main question. So what were you? So you were doing a normal degree, and what was on your minds?
I was pursuing to be a CA.
Are you from a CA family?
No, my mother, but business family.
Okay.
So Gujaratis.
But CA is a
So-
seriously
Yeah, but like so my-
intimidating exam.
Yeah, my mother is a solicitor and my
Okay.
dad's
My
also
dad's a
a lawyer.
solicitor.
So they wanted, they were just like...
Why did I have to
let's
say that?
speak
Indians
of-
do this. It's her story, but I push it in. My dad's a solicitor.
+1.
Afraid
They
of
must,
sorry,
they
no,
must
my
know
story.
each other.
Yeah.
They must have met outside for chai.
It's more
outside
important to
Mulla
find the
and
fact that we have so much in common in her life story. Sorry.
It's every Shetty meeting every Shetty.
Is it?
Shetty, we must definitely know
Yeah.
each other. Like,
Two Indians meet each other outside of
Outside.
India. They'll be like, "Arey, you're from Bombay. I'm from Bombay. Where in Bombay?" Like they're
God.
But
discussing
outside India, I
landmarks.
accept it. But here, why are we doing
And
this?
also in South India, if you meet another North Indian, if they even hear you speak Hindi, they're like, "Oh, you're up north." So, like it becomes like that. Like it just suddenly
And there's a slight
bonding.
the dismissal tone in the voice also. No?
Yeah,
like,
you're just like-
why is without saying it. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
if you're from Bombay, you've never really been called a North Indian. It's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah,
weird
we are,
thing.
we are really the lost people, right?
Yeah,
we
we're
can't
just-
really be South. We can't really be North.
North,
yeah. We're just
what the hell is
Bombay. We're just
West
from
Indian?
Bombay.
Those are people who play cricket from another country. And East Indian too doesn't. After the British left, nobody used the word East
Word,
India and
yeah,
East Indian.
exactly.
So we are the lost. People should care about our pain. We have no identity. Eric Erickson's identity crisis applies to us, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows who we are. Damn it. Back to your story.
So, I wanted to do something with BCom, and in Podar, everybody does CA. Like, if you're doing BCom, you have to do CA. It's like under peer pressure.
You do know that if you only do BCom, you do nothing with your life. Let's tell the truth here.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you go out with a BCom degree, you're getting no job.
No, but it doesn't work like that with Gujaratis. It's like, if you didn't do well in studies, that's great. You're going to be amazing at business. So it's...
Is it?
Yeah, that's...
Is the correlation through and through?
Because it happens, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of true. Everybody in my family was horrible at their studies.
And they're super business champions.
They're managing.
And you're very good at studies and you're very bad at business.
I was horrible.
How would you do your CA if you're horrible?
CA's got nothing to do with
Figures.
Yeah,
You
it's
good with
just
figures?
relatively.
Okay. Let's test her, Pavitra. One
Oh,
each.
shit,
80,640 bananas fell from a tree. Okay. 409 were contaminated and 13 were plastic. How many were left? You have 20 seconds left on the
Wow,
clock.
I had no idea gravity worked in such a big forest.
Don't give me smart. No time for comedy here. This is simple answers. Don't hide under the guise
I
of
love
comedy.
bananas.
What you say?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
I like the elaichi one.
Yeah, oh
What?
my God.
Stop it! Stop it! I will not put up with this. Stop it! You're giving me a complex. Who said
Peeling
elaichi?
them one time at another.
Elaichi is not small. It's normal.
Elaichi, the whole
Elaichi
thing
is a choti.
Stop.
It fits in your
No
mouth.
mas.
I have
No
grown
mas.
in.
Stop hitting me. Stop. We'll take a break. You're disgusting, girls. Disgusting. We'll come back.
What's the best new restaurant in town?
Which bar sucked? What's the worst new Hindi film? What's the most obscure thing to do on the weekend?
And what's the most interesting new walking tour?
If you want to know how to make the most of Bombay, listen to the Podcast by thedailypow.com. We are Pronuti.
Amit?
And Purva.
We're your guide to what to do, see, and eat in the city. You can find new episodes of the Podcast every Monday on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you prefer and on thedailypow.com.
We're back. We're still discussing bananas behind my back, making me feel small and inadequate, which has always been the case. But should we explore this theme a little more? Should we move on?
We can move on. I'm done with bananas.
Yeah, you're not impressed, basically.
10 minutes tops. Like,
10
that's
minutes,
it.
10 minutes? So cute.
Yeah, I mean,
What are you saying?
I'm a perfectionist.
Are you? Then go on. We go back to bananas then. Sonali on bananas for 10 minutes.
I'm good.
Pavitra, what about you? So what was the plan?
Me? So,
You said finish college and marry a Shetty.
no, not at all. I was like, I wanted the mixing to happen, but
Mixing
as
of
in
the
like,
people.
yeah, people.
To
Like,
get out of the insular thing that you were
because our
worried about.
marriages are so boring. I want to find
Marriages are not boring. Two people in the marriage may get bored. Marriages are fun, huh?
Sorry, the weddings are boring. So I'm like, I need someone to like. So I wanted to marry a North Indian, like Punjabi, just because weddings are fun. Like, so.
You want to marry a Punjabi because you wanted a 7-day wedding.
Yeah, that
And you wanted
or Christian, because I was
Christian, you
like,
wanted alcohol and
yeah,
food, meat.
alcohol, and I think I
Yeah.
look pretty in white and all. So I was like,
Super. These are the right reasons to marry. I wish people would be as broad-minded. She's like, I'll marry anyone from Punjab or anyone from Goa or Bangalore for that matter, as long as I can have their wedding.
The ceremony is great. I went for a Sindhi wedding where they had a white wedding.
Really?
Like, yeah, people just love the whole opulence of like
Or maybe-
walking down the aisle.
maybe they-
Yeah.
Fathers come in a pagdi like, to walk out down the aisle.
This is only India. So you can mix and match the cultures so
and match,
beautifully
yeah.
and use colors of the from the curtains. If you want to save money, just pull the curtain off, put it on your daughter, and boom, set it
You
down.
do all of this mix and match, BuzzFeed, story pick, might just pick you.
Would you go in for the Sangeet or no?
Oh, love Sangeets. I'm just like, I'm going to make it
Two
like a
Sangeets for you.
competition.
Two Sangeets.
Yeah, I'm going to make it
Instead
a
of one.
competition between all my friend groups, and then I'm going to score them, and it's just going to be so exciting.
Who's got the best Sangeet?
No, like amongst the groups, like I'll be like,
While
okay,
performing.
school
Oh, right, right,
group,
right.
college group.
Oh,
like
nice,
that.
nice.
Like,
So the whole
fusion
Sangeet is a
group,
war
yeah.
between all your different. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
She's one of those. She has different groups.
Yeah.
No, but then also she can then put like a whole system, a hierarchy, saying
Yeah.
my school group was the best, so they will be my best group. And then my
exactly.
career group, my comedian group is the worst.
They're just at the bar.
They ran out of jokes and couldn't dance. I don't want to do with these guys. Yeah, nice. I like that. But is there a boyfriend at the moment?
No.
Why?
I really look like no time.
look
That's what I'm
fine.
gonna say. Yeah, I know. I look
No
amazing.
time. Comedians work 8 minutes a day.
I didn't know
If-
I have a day job also.
What the hell do you do?
I work at
What do you do?
Deloitte.
Huh? Proper job.
Proper
You
job.
left her out.
No, not
Now
yet.
Sonali is going to be upset she didn't complete the CA. Did you complete the CA?
Yes, I did.
Oh boy, you're overqualified for comedy. Do you ever tell the men they must be complex all because the men are all losers? You told them a 9 standard, Jalandhar se aaya main. I mean their life story is so different from yours.
Yeah, no, they've looked at me and I look like a very Vela Challi person.
So you're a pretense. You do look like a Vela. But you're not. You're an executive in a MNC and then you come down and do comedy just to kill time.
They're like, why don't you perform so often? Anyway, you're doing nothing at home.
I love
I'm
this.
like,
It's a men who can't perform normally. But anyway, coming back to the banana. So Sonali, you got the C and did what with it?
So my parents were like, you can follow your passion after you're done following our passion.
Sorry, let's stop here for a second and understand. When did you decide to be... Okay, where was the comedy thing?
So basically, while giving my second level, I was flunking a lot in the CA exam. And then I was like, I need to do something different than just sitting with my books. So I started dancing with Ashley Lobo. And then
just the two of you?
Don't tell him that. He'll be like, no. With his company.
He'll be lost no boss after that. So you became a good dancer, is it?
Yeah, I was decent. I was all right. I wasn't amazing.
I would love to ask you to dance, but this audio program you can't see, so it's like a lie.
My split would be my punchline. Yeah.
Between bananas and splits, can we just not go there? Back to the CA thing. So you did this as a hobby?
Yeah, I started, and then 6 months into it, I went for just to watch an open mic and at iBar in Bandra, and then I really liked the open mic.
An open mic is a lot of guys come and just perform for a few minutes each.
Yeah, like everybody comes, has 4 minutes to perform, and then I was...
But up till then, both of you growing up, were you known to be like the funny girls or something like that?
I would...
The canteen clown, so to speak, the cliche?
Not like that, but I would watch a lot of Bollywood films, and like in my school...
And laugh?
No, not laugh.
Especially when the mother was dying.
I would...
The oxygen tank is not connected to the mother. That kind of thing.
I would cry, because I have no logic with Bollywood films. I'm like, lovely. Yeah, beta mein... Aruna Irani ko mil raha hai ekdam shock treatment with like colorful rides going on. Yeah, that must happen.
And
like
the acting
that.
Of the shock treatment, did you like that?
It was just weird. It was like, I don't know.
Like a zebra giving birth.
Yeah.
Sorry then.
No, I would just see the funny scenes in the films, and then I would just come and
So you had this observational sort of mindset, you're saying?
Yeah, like I would like mimic the scene out.
Would you point it out? Would you present it to the family and all that?
No. Never.
So where would you mimic it? To whom?
To my friends in school.
And they liked it?
Yeah, and they would, because they wouldn't watch these films, and I would come and do it.
And the men get intimidated because they don't know funny girls?
No, I would never talk to boys in school.
Why?
I was just very like, they're boys.
Part of being a CA.
No, in CA there are only boys.
I just want to say she's wearing shorts which are 3 inches long, and many cultures will be considered handkerchiefs. And now she tells me that she was scared to talk to boys.
I wasn't, okay, I would just hang out with a lot of chicks.
You were shy?
Yeah. I was not a very talkative person.
But in Bombay Scottish, it's a co-ed and all these hep kids and
there'll be
star kids and there'll be business kids and famous lawyers kids and come on.
Yeah, but I mean,
and no boy in Bombay Scottish. If there's a boy in Bombay Scottish who was with Sonali Thakker circa 1999, 2005, 7, somewhere there. 2005. Just tell the truth. If you dated her, if you danced with her, if you held her hand, if I suddenly got an Goswami, if this happened, write into us.
Shared bananas with her.
You can say Pavitra, I'll be called a sexist.
Pavitra, can you please not let out secrets of the times that we were not friends?
And what an irony, her name is Pavitra. And all she does is pollute us with her thoughts.
My best friend's name is also Pavitra. And this one time I was introducing her on stage and I was like, yeah, give it up for Pavitra Dikshit. Everyone in the audience is just like looking at me. And I'm like, what are you doing, guys? What a cold crowd. They're like, her name is Pavitra Shetty.
Yeah. And I knew it, so I didn't take offense. And she'll become so sorry. I'm like, it's totally okay. And then when she was talking to her friend, she called her like, no, I think somebody called her and she's like, who are you with? And she's like, Pavitra. And they're like, oh, Shetty. And her best friend was just like, what the? The insecurity.
But these are small problems. This happens to everyone. Don't worry about it. If you're dating someone, you get it wrong. That's when the real problem happens.
I've said my Uber driver's name once.
Were you dating him? Please tell me you weren't dating him. If you were to Bombay Scottish, your parents sent you to Bombay bloody Scottish, and now you're with your Uber drivers. I don't know.
There were no Ubers that time.
No class issue. That's what you want. That's fine.
No, it was just like they sent me a message right after I finished the ride, like, thanks for riding with Mohan. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet.
Riding with Mohan? What kind of show is this? Your biography is only called Riding with Mohan.
There was this one Ola driver who I really wanted to marry because he was so sensitive and like he drove the car.
He cried while driving? It happens to me every day.
Like, he heard me just sniffle a little and he's like, Madam, AC, मैं कम कर दूँ? And then I was trying to read my set and practice and he was like, मैं light चालू कर दूँ? And I was just like, oh my god, this guy is so caring. And also he was driving so beautifully. I've never wanted to drive. Like it was going over mountains and valleys and all. I know there was something. I mean, because there are people who will just like jerk.
You see that in cricket, Virat Kohli driving beautifully. That makes sense. But not you driving beautifully.
No, like even with roads like Mumbai, if you can still manage to drive without jerks and everything.
I think you're in love.
Yeah, I am.
I drive with jerks in terms of passengers.
Exactly. But yeah, nothing.
We're getting lost here. Can we get back to how you all became comedians? I haven't got to that. We're nearly ending the show. Can we get to the point where you became comedians? So, Sonali, you were doing mimicry, sort of. It was just amateur stuff with your friends.
Yeah.
You take it seriously, see in the background. Then what happened?
Yes. Then I went for an open mic. I watched it. I really liked
where
it.
you performed?
No, I just went to watch.
Right.
And then I went to watch open mics for like 5-6 months because it used to happen once a month at iBar, and it was just great way to see it.
What a social life. You'd wait every month, you'd look at the calendar, open mic.
Yeah, it was essentially just that.
And then Mohan, the Ola driver was performing, telling you how beautiful life is. With the veena in the background going,
la, la, la,
watch it
la,
roll.
la.
With the hair, like a surf ad meets Nema ad, the hair is flying. All that. Go on.
And then I went to Canvas to watch a show, and then I watched one of the comics perform, and he just built a joke up, and then I thought something, and then his punchline was exactly what I thought, and then I was
comic?
like, I think that was Rohan Joshi I was watching.
He's copying you. He's been copying you. I know this guy.
Don't
He
say
grew up
this.
in my lane. He's been copying you. Sonali, don't trust these men. Okay? And just be very careful of your thoughts. There's ways to interpret thoughts now. Okay? Be very careful. Yeah.
So
you felt you got the same thought process that you can do this.
I was like, yeah, this would be nice. Also, I had immense stage fright, so I just thought it'd be a great way to just, get on stage.
She'd never been on stage in school and all that?
Maybe like
You're
for
not one
dancing.
of the girls who performed at all?
No, never.
What is this dancing nonsense?
Yeah, I used to just dance. Because, see, dancing and singing, there's always like appreciation at the end of the act, no matter
Yeah.
what. So it's just like you don't really have to worry about
if you're
validation
50% there,
all
you're
the time.
okay. Yeah.
So stand-up was really nice, and also I was like, I've things to
And
say.
there were not too many girls.
Yeah, no, there were
boys
no
with long
chicks.
hair.
Yeah.
Boys who are effete. Boys who really don't look like any gender, but they were not girls.
There were no chicks.
Right.
Yeah, there was maybe there was maybe one girl.
Kanis is a chick, by the way. Just by the way.
No, she also
Didn't do stand-up, more improv.
No, she came later.
Really? After
Yeah,
you?
yeah, she came a little later.
She's been working with us from 2006.
No, but she wasn't doing
I've
stand-up
been calling her
at
auntie
that
for the
time.
last couple of...
She wasn't doing stand-up at that time.
No.
So
She's still having language problems. More comfortable with Khosa, which is how they speak there. But Pavitra, what's your story? By the way, we haven't completed your story, which is got bored, so we moved. I don't know what she was saying after some time. I got stage fright, I wanted to dance everywhere. It's going all over the place. Okay, we'll go back to her.
Yeah.
So what is the story? When did you perform first?
the first time was at iBar itself.
This
3
open
years
mic.
back. 3.5 years
3 minute
back.
small piece.
Yeah.
And appreciation? Good?
Yeah, it was really good.
It rocked.
Yeah, it
you
was
remember,
really
Do you
fun.
remember the essence of that?
Yeah,
What you said?
one of my
Give us a
first
couple of
jokes.
lines.
One of
Yeah.
my first jokes was female fishes have sex with male fishes, and then they wander off to find other male fishes. And I was like, that explains why most people put on the fish face while clicking pictures on Facebook. That was my first joke.
Big hit?
It was
Were you performing
because nobody had like pouting jokes at that time, and I was like, oh yeah, finally she said it. What is the
Prime Minister that pouted, Narasimha Rao, was all pout. Yeah, but not fish. And let me tell you, was this at Tarapurwala Aquarium?
No.
Pavitra, what was your moment?
Also, Tarapura, I always thought it was Topuriwala Aquarium because the car would always drive past really quick. I'm like, oh,
It was Mohan.
Topuriwala.
You need Mohan to drive. If Mohan drove, you'd see the fish. You'd see dolphins. You'd see the penguins from Baikala Zoo in Tarapurwala Aquarium.
But I was like, yeah, Topuriwala Aquarium kyun hai? But, yeah, okay.
If you want someone to marry you, you have to know how to spell Tarapurwala. Huh.
But yeah, I was
Is it a
always,
similar story?
No, actually very different. I was always on stage. I was like a stage slut. So I was just like, yeah, meko time though.
Cyrus is like, what are these girls?
Really?
I
I'm
feel
an old
like
man.
when did they grow up?
No, my generation, you can't say S-H-I-T. That's how you spell it.
Yeah.
The state
This is
slut, she just
using-
effortlessly, it's not even like a bad word. It's like,
Yeah, it's in the right term.
It's
like.
yeah.
parents are very proud, is it?
Yeah. My dad and mom are extremely
Go on. Tell us. So you were the performer kid.
Yeah,
School,
performer,
college.
everywhere.
You were in all those. We have a strong
Even
college, vibrant college festive kind of thing,
festivals.
circuit. So you win that.
Yeah, neighbors.
In
for
my day,
everyone.
they didn't have comedy, but they had personality contest. So if you won that, people thought you were
Yeah.
somebody, and you
What
were
is
generally.
personality
It
contest?
was big in the 90s, early 90s when I was in college. It was all about the Mr. and Mrs. Malhar,
We
Mr. and
had
Mrs.
now
HR,
also.
Mr. and Mrs. National, Mr. and Mrs.
Still
Polar.
happens,
No, but
yeah.
that was the big won.
Yeah.
You won that. I think it's uncool. But then it was cool. You'd be like, Cyrus is Mr. Personality. Huh?
Yeah.
He told two good jokes. Even though they were on other person's jokes, but still.
Even I took part in those also.
Did you win?
Because, I won.
Whoever spoke well, whoever spoke confidently won, basically.
Yeah.
Big rip-off. Because the 5 of the 10 guys would be really bad. Hi, I'm Ankur. मैं तो कुछ नहीं करता. I likes to play. You gotta beat that guy.
During our time, it was like Miss Clean and Clear Face Wash. Your picture would come in
that's pretty. That's you got to look nice. Here, the personality is going to be ugly as sin. You just have to talk. It's why radio is there, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we have radio.
Exactly.
Sorry, it's your story. Huh?
Yeah, so all of that. So I always had it in me, kind of, and then like jokes, whatever, friends ke saath to hota hi tha. But then we used to go for a lot of shows, like watch a lot of stand-up. But everyone...
Were you the funny girl?
Yeah, I'd say
you
that.
Crack people up and all in class and all. So this is all part of your personality. So basically, even if the comedy career goes the wrong way, I wouldn't say down south because you're from down south deep down. You still would be funny.
Yeah,
that's what I tell myself when I cry at night. It doesn't really matter.
Every day, I'm just like, whatever it is, I have to be funny. It's okay. Anything else, nothing else matters. So,
do you have your own laugh track at home when you get bored? Try that. It's great.
I laugh at a lot of my jokes, and then I go
like
crazy.
You think about the thought, like, this is so funny.
I'm too good.
Then you hug yourself.
I love hugging myself and sleeping.
If I could reach, my breasts have become so big I can't touch my own self anymore. I take that back. We are the same person. Trying to tell the world the truth. So when did you hit the professional stage? How did the transition happen?
Yeah, so I was working with Accenture at the time, and
what a story! All comics, same story. I was at Accenture Friday. Comedy.
She's got comedy profile and her professional CV.
This is the South Indian Mumbaikar story. You can't have one gun.
Guys, I'm educated, okay? Don't feel bad for me.
The experience, as you know, is different. The South Indian in Mumbai experience is totally different. They have to be good at 5 things and then they're allowed to do something.
So true.
So you Hindustani classical as well, isn't it?
Unfortunately.
Which was part of your comedy, by the way, huh?
Yeah, it is kind of. But I was at my cousin Sangeet, and Aditi Mittal had tweeted about the first ladies open mic in Mumbai, and my friends started tweeting at me, and they're like, go for this and everything, and I was feeling very gutsy at 5 in the morning, and I registered and all, and I was
at 5 in the morning on the internet.
Yeah, like full on.
She was awake now.
She went to the bar at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, Sangeet and all.
What were you doing awake? That's a good point.
Cousin Sangeet.
Until 5?
Yeah.
Oh, you were dancing. I thought that's the time you wake up.
So both of you are big dancers. I'm getting a lot from you.
Oh, yeah.
To be a successful female comedian, girls, you have to be a good dancer.
That's how we went out in our tension as well. Like before the show, we both keep swimming toward each other.
I hate to go there, but foreplay for you is similar. The guy's naked, lying in the room. You're like, 1 minute.
Get ready.
Yeah, it's Nasik Dole.
I had to go back to that.
Iron potassium.
So then I registered for it, and then I'm like, now what do I do about the content? Like, didn't think through that. I mean,
you
I had
sound
2
like
weeks.
You turned up.
Yeah. So 2 weeks I wrote some shit, and I made my friend listen to it. She's a proper the townie stereotype. Doesn't get easily
Who doesn't
pleased.
smile? Townies don't smile. If you do a show with townies, the clapping doesn't happen. You're right.
Yeah. So so I was like, this is perfect person to test my material, and she was like, this is shit. So I was like, okay. So I wrote something completely new 4 days before the actual show, and then she's like, no, this one's good. And then I went up on stage and I did a bit on what if Sex and the City happened in India. That was the first and the last time I performed it, but it went off really well, and Mittal's really sweet. She followed me on Twitter, she gave me advice and everything, and she's like, keep doing this, and I'm like, abhi validation mila Aditi se, so chalo, let's do this. That kind of pushed me, and then I just kept doing one open mic every month. There was a ladies open mic every month, and they were all going well, so I was like, I'm pretty good. Pehle to time pass ke liye I was doing it, but then I started getting spots, and then shit got real, and the frequency of shows increased.
So how many years have you been in the business?
I went up on stage 2 years ago, but
so both of you 2-3 years, not more.
Yeah. So
I think Aditi is like a lucky mascot because the first open mic
Aditi
that
is the principal of comedy school, is it?
Yeah, no. I mean,
Vice principal. Board of trustees.
Because the first open mic I won in Canvas Laugh Club, she was also hosting it.
You think she's monopolizing the female circuit and making sure she controls all of you?
No, she's exactly the opposite. She's always go for it, and giving us.
Okay, Aditi, we tried to bring you down, but they love you for some reason.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Let's abuse some comics we know. Who else do we got? We're running out of time. Quickly, come on, tell us what's happening in your lives. We only have about 3-4 minutes.
So,
Sonali?
I've been doing an hour of stand-up.
For 24 hours.
I wish. I've been like a solo. It's called Almost There.
Okay.
And so I've done it 5 times. So I'm working on that now.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing.
And this is a one-woman show. Nobody else comes before you, after you, nothing. None of that.
mean, there's a host. Whoever
some jerk who has nothing to do comes on stage and introduces you. 2 lines he gets. 1 minute of fame.
15 minutes usually.
You say your name. Sonali. 15 minutes he performs. The host performs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then you do a 1 hour act. So if you're interested, we handle Sonali's career and we can get you suitable discounts for birthday parties and especially for anniversaries for people over 75. Funerals, they do their own jokes. The relatives laugh and everybody's so happy. Yeah. He's gone. Pavitra.
Yeah, so I am. I've got like 45 minutes ready. I'm trying to get my 1 hour.
You're going to compete with her now, right?
No.
45 minutes is enough. I'll be your host. I'll do half an hour. Leave it.
Wait, yeah. Oh yeah.
You can come for the 15 minutes.
Pearl,
he can come for 15 minutes.
You're my second lucky mascot.
You know Indian men. 15 is pushing it. Come on, guys. Let's find a point we can all agree on. Huh?
Yes.
And so Pearl used to tell us, Padamsi, in the theatre at least, when we had no houses, we still don't have any houses. It's always a quality audience. Yeah. So don't worry about the quantity. It's always get the quality.
That's true.
So 20 quality minutes is enough for me. I don't know, 1 hour's a lot, man. Sonali.
Yeah,
you really do 1 hour, killing the market. Every time they call us for events, I say 5 minutes, then they say no, do 20, then I say 10, they do 15, and then we agree to do 30.
That happens in corporate shows.
Yeah.
So like, I'll do 20.
I don't understand why they quantify it all the time. I'm like, I don't know. It takes whatever time it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
If it goes well, it takes longer. If it goes badly, it's like the girl recognized you from the last night when you medicated her, so you run. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's really bad. And not for these 2 fiery young women who beat me up with slippers they aren't wearing.
No.
It's because it's a holy place, the studio, so we ask you to remove things. Just slippers. Yeah. All right, we have to wrap up here, girls, but one last word on the vibrant, because I know this, the media pushes this a lot. You must be bored of it, actually. Women in comedy, and you guys are the generation now. You have the Aditi Mittals, there are a couple of names there, and then it's all you. All right, and always there's so few women, why there's so men? But we have to ask you this damn cliche question. So tell us, what's it like for the women in comedy? Is that the future in India when the women just come up and take over the comedy scene? Because it's a whole different perspective, let's face it, from all the stuff that we're doing.
I mean, you know what? I feel like it's not even about women taking over or men taking over. I'm just like funny people take over. So who
have no gender. And that is why we became comedians. Because we couldn't understand who we were. We were confused. We would pee between the 2 bathrooms.
That's us. Yeah, we related.
When you flush then? Sonali?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this question I've been asked so many times. It irritates
you. No, because I've been reading about you guys. And I'm thinking they ask you this all the time. Like, what is it like being a woman in comedy?
I have a draft ready in my mailbox.
I just copy paste.
Or you should have an MOU saying, do not ask these questions. You can ask about my sex life, but I will not answer about female comedy.
Yeah, that I will give like detailed answer.
Really? Go ahead. So now you have a boyfriend.
He might be. No.
Why?
So
this is not a good idea. People want to be female comedians. None of them have boyfriends. What's happening there?
No.
You're too funny for the guys. You intimidate them? Or you make fun of them?
No, it's just really hard.
Men have very big egos. You know the problem. If you make them feel bad, they forget performing with you, they'll never perform again.
Yeah, that's true. But
coming from an expert. Aditi Mittal destroyed me. Mittal. She did the Sindhi woman mother act and I fainted. Or was it Punjabi mother? I can't remember now. Last words.
About women in comedy?
No,
my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Well, I am on Tinder, in case anyone's listening. Please
and everyone on Tinder is over the age of 60 and very aggressive when it comes to chasing women. So just have a good time.
Yeah. How do you know?
I'll give you a name. Kunal Vijayakar. He's available. He's beautiful. Like Mohan, he drives beautifully. Girls, explore that thought. There are many old comedians who are lonely. I have a list. I can give them to you, so please.
Yeah, dude, once I saw my Uber driver looking me up on Facebook while I'm sitting behind him. I'm like, this is creepy.
Never happens to me.
Never happened to me when I wanted it to happen.
My Uber driver tells me to move away from the mirror so I don't come in the line of his vision.
Yeah, one of my friends actually told me that if you ever feel that you're getting creeped out,
sit this way.
Just don't sit in the viewpoint where they can see you.
Can I give
sit
you
there and look at them like as you're a ghost and like
Can I
rotate
give you
your
a
head.
hint? Men like to stare, but if you do something which is ugly, you'll just break it. So if you can just put your finger in your nose and dig properly, and then maybe eat the booger, you'll just see Mohan change completely. And he'll suddenly never look at you ever again.
Exactly what she does. She just rotates her head, puts her hair in front, and then she like one of my friends when she scares the driver off.
Right.
So he's just like, I'll make you reach safely. Just don't do anything to me. So
okay,
this is a tip out
what
there.
Is this girl? Is this Aditi? Okay, that's all we have time for. Sonali, Pavitra, thank you so much for being here, and you get your conveyance on your way out because comedy is tough.
Yes.
Sonali unfortunately has a gig, a 1 hour gig, so she has to leave, and Amit will take her place. He's not a comedian, but he's very pretty.
Hello there, my name is Naveen Narona, and as a gay person in India, I get asked a lot of stupid questions.
Beta, is it LGBT or eligibility?
How do two men procreate?
Bro, is Grindr better than Tinder or what?
We answer all these questions and much more on my podcast, Keeping It Queer, where I talk to individuals from the LGBT community in India and learn about their personal stories. Catch all the episodes on the IVM podcast app or any other podcasting app you like. Till then, keep it queer.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Okay, we welcome Pavitra, and Amit is back again for what we call the AMA. Our best session is the AMA. Ask me anything. Yes. And the things we get, Pavitra, I'm not going to show you some of the questions. It includes nudity, sexual preference, and it never includes me. So I totally don't want to get into that. But we've got lots of other questions which are a little less, shall we say, erotic. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so I think the first question we have is from Dutt Pandit. And he's asking, what should I do so that I can be on your podcast someday?
Well, it's a question of money, Pavitra, as far as I'm concerned, if this is to me personally. Mr. Pandit, we have a regular rate, just like Uber. We give you a regular rate, we give you a slightly glorified rate, and we give you a very, very bad rate where we make lots of money, and there's no reason why we should do that, but pure evil. So whichever rate you fancy, we can fit you in. And the lower rate gives you 10 minutes, and the higher rate gives you get to spend time with my relatives at the end of the show.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. But no, jokes apart, I think all the regulars, we want to put them on. So if, is Mr. Pandit one of the regulars?
I think so. I think he writes them pretty regularly.
See, we have 5 people writing in. So if you're one of the 5, then, that's regular enough for me. So in you go. We're just trying to work that out. We'll give you a date.
So we'll figure that out. Exactly.
Apparently they'll be there. One guy is in like Pakistan, one guy is like in America, Armenia, Germany. See, we're like the United Colors of Benetton, but without the money. So we're all over, but less.
So what I'll suggest is, if you guys want to be on the show, if any of you regular listeners want to be on the show, just tweet at the Cyrus Says in Twitter account, and we'll get something coordinated so that we can work something out.
Yeah, and it'll be a time that Greenwich Mean Time will be the way we'll play it. So it'll be like 3 o'clock in England, and which will be like 7 o'clock in India, 7:30
It's going to
be
12 o'clock in the afternoon in India on a Tuesday. You know this.
You're right. So in America, it's going to be like 1 in the morning on a Monday night. All right, so in between your auto-erotic session, you have to come and play along with us.
You want to ask a question?
To me for the codes.
Pavitra, this is just a check to see if female comedians can read, because we are so sexist. Sexist.
I'm going to take a while.
We only work with Kanis who can read in Afrikaans, but not in English.
Which season of Fargo do you like the most?
The first one. Hey, Amit, let's talk about that. Pavitra, do you watch the show?
I haven't. It's on my
I've only seen the first scene. I've only seen the first season.
No, the first season, I liked a lot. Did you?
Amazing.
Second season, big letdown.
I have not seen it.
Just didn't work.
Yeah.
Not scary, not funny scary. I mean, that's a genre of its own. It's going to be funny,
it has
scary.
To be both,
And just right up my, look away. Right up my, So, I mean, I was very disappointed. It was like a girl you dated, and the next time it turned out to look like your brother instead.
But you get that a lot of shows, right? I mean, the first season's amazing, and the second season's just like...
I think it's all in the writing.
Yeah,
the writing just collapsed.
But there's some seasons where it's completely opposite.
They grow.
Like Master of None killed it in season 2. Season 1 was like...
Season
1 was of his father, not happening.
I love how awkward his mom is on the camera. She's my favorite character.
And only Indians can understand that, because we are not born for camera. You see, the Europeans and the Americans, they actually all got personality, but we actually have people like that who should only be behind a curtain. There's no other explanation.
Now, Parks and Recreation is another show which the first season was so horrendous.
I would say Seinfeld grew. Seinfeld grew by 3 and 4 seasons, a whole new show.
I'd say first and second season, both of Seinfeld were not that great.
Not that great. I would say number 3 onwards. Yeah, I agree with you.
But
so Pavitra is wiser than us. She's picked up on the fact that it's actually the other way around.
No, but I mean, like, even if you look at like first season's great and second season, Mr. Robot, I thought the first season was amazing. Second season was very iffy. Like,
I haven't seen the second season.
Yeah, not that great at all. And I mean, like, so it really does kind of.
What about Porky's? Going back in time, in the 80s.
Wow. Okay.
The whole Porky's 1, not so good. Porky's 2, great. Porky's 3, lovely.
Yeah.
By then I was legal to see it. I was over 18.
Yeah, I can't say that I have much memory of Porky's.
See, this is the problem. There are a few years that separate us.
Yeah.
Porky's came and went.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Porky's was just that little bit ahead of me.
Video Jazz, mate. Video Jazz. You didn't go to Video Jazz and take Porky's?
No, Porky's was not one of them. I remember Screwballs.
Yeah, same genre.
I remember,
same group of third world.
Yeah.
Fourth grade actors in a really bad film with no script.
I remember another movie which was, I can't remember, but it was again the same kind of thing. Comedy kind of.
They were like Barjatia films with nudity. The story was really not, I mean, with due respect. Yeah. All right. The next question, please.
Next question.
It is, how often do you deal with existential crisis?
Always. I'm a very cynical person. I believe you're born to die. This is a question I think about all the time, and we're just all dying. I've read all the books that you should have read, or at least I think you should have read, like Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, how he survived Auschwitz because he had meaning in his life. And so I understand the purposelessness and the purposeful both will struggle at the end because the futility of life is exposed by the war poets like Siegfried Sassoon and Wilfred Owen, if you remember your literature class. And so if you want to get into that space, that's why we have narcotics only for people like me and perhaps the early Woody Allen, because you can see the futility of everything. It's just pointless, the pointlessness of life and everything beyond and before it.
Okay.
So karmic theory goes out of the window. What is the point anyway? You're born to die. You're born to die. You're born to die. You're born to die.
That's us using it to our convenience, right? Like
I say, you tell the audience this is your next show. Ladies and gentlemen, good news. You're born to die. Let's see the laugh. They're nervous to die. What's the next joke? No, that's it. You're born to die. Mrs. Sharma, you're going to die. No, but I really have a heart problem.
That's exactly what I tell myself every time I'm failing at life. I'm like, it's all right. I'm going to die. Maybe one day.
That's the good point.
Yeah, so that just gives me hope.
Would you die with makeup?
No, I'm not a makeup person.
No, I am.
Oh.
I hate to look at myself. I always put the lights off and then look. I'm the only one who puts the lights off while masturbating. Do you know that?
Oh.
I'm so scared.
Of what?
I don't know. I just feel more secure when the lights are off. If there's a woman in the room and she's fainted, then lights off.
I made up for all the makeup in my early childhood. I used to powder up myself every 5 minutes.
Really?
And then I used to go check myself out in the mirror.
Were you scratchy?
No, I just thought I was too pretty, and then I got over myself, and then now I'm normal. Like I think
so
I needed
you were
that.
a powdery girl who looked in the mirror all the time.
Only till age 4. And then I was just like, screw this shit, I don't need to see myself.
So age 1 to 4 was your vanity period.
Yeah.
Then we come to 4 to 25 where you went downhill completely.
Yeah, I was just like now.
And the futility of life and cynicism and all
and I'm
that.
like, I'm born to die. What's the point?
Where
anyway?
are we now?
Now I'm like, no makeup, don't need it.
Now you're a Shetty with 4 Udupi restaurants which are collapsing in the modern world.
Unfortunately, my father decided to study, so he's a dentist.
What the hell? The entire Bunt community weighs heavy on your head.
Exactly.
And you dare marry a non-Shetty. So I've grown up with your people, so understand, I know all the rules.
I know.
That's it.
All right.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online, and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called May.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Excuse me, भैया. Excuse me.
बोलिए मैडम.
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, थिंग्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर सकरबर्ग है और द फन गराज है. आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम. आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप. सब आपकी उंगलियों पे.